Hi guys, Gemma here from Cheeky Chops Face Painting, back again for the tutorial I said I was going to do on the rainbow. I thought, why not, let's just do it today. So first things, I will run off with you what products I'm using to do this tutorial, and again it's going to be a really simple rainbow with a few dots and some starbursts. For those of you that don't know what starbursts are, this is what starbursts are. Isn't this so cool? That was fun. Right, first things, I've got tag. Sorry guys, I know the computer's not as clear as what it should be, but we'll see how we go. If it's really crappy, I will do this tutorial again when I get my awesome camera. So, okay, tag, normal rainbow. No, sorry, this is neon rainbow, sorry, and they're not the cleanest. I haven't cleaned my stuff from a gig yet. As you can see, my kit's filthy. There's stuff everywhere in the background. This is the regular colour tag one stroke, obviously by tag, and this is a neon, so it's not that big of a difference. Hang on, I'll flip it. So this one has red and this one has orange, but other than that they're pretty much the same. Don't be afraid to use the neons. They're not super bright and that's going to scare everybody away. They look really pretty. And let's face it, all the fluoros are back at the moment, so really awesome to have these on hand. I can't find this one anywhere anymore. It seems to be out of stock. So I actually bought an Artie Cake one. So it looks a bit more realistic, like if people draw a rainbow or like your rainbow in the sky. These ones sort of have the pretty pink, so like a bit prettier for girls and stuff, but this one still has a wow factor as well. So, and these are the Artie Cakes. I think I got this from Silly Farm. I can't remember how much it was. Maybe I'll look it up and find it out for you. But these ones, I think $14, $15 from my #1 favourite shop, Face Painting Supplies, Perth. I do have some other favourites like Always Wicked Art and Funtopia, but I do generally try and buy all my stuff in Perth, as that's kind of my localist place. For brushes, actual white paint, just a Wolf White, or which I do put in my own containers that I bought off AliExpress, really cheap. I think they were like under $1 each that I transfer all my paints into. I find they sit nicer in my, on top, whatever, in my case, as you can probably see, little squares in there. Than round ones, which you can probably see like my glitter up here, all the gaps. So I wanted to try and maximize the space a lot. So it doesn't matter, white tag, wolf. I might use the tag and show you anyway. So that's white and a couple of brushes. I don't need that one. I'll use the Low Cornell 7000. I don't know if you can see that. 7000 series today. This is a #4. I like to use fatter brushes for my dots because I can do tiny dots or I can do nice big fat dots. And they come out really nice and round rather than trying to use a smaller brush. And they just go like a teardrop shape and just weird. And I've got a #3 that I'll use for my starbursts. That's also a Low Cornell 7000 series with the acrylic handle. So if you have a bad habit of leaving your brushes in water, these are probably pretty good for you. Also, sitting in my water, I've got a Prisma brush, large. I think these are Paradise. Sorry, wrong way. This fits perfectly in the cakes. It's like the same, pretty much the same width. You can get all different sizes. I do have a couple of cheaper versions of these brushes. I think they are Royal Crafter's Choice Grip. They're blue. They were like $1.75. But I think some face painting shops do sell them for that little bit more. Obviously, they've got to make their markup and their money. But yeah, have a look around the internet, guys. Find Donna Dewberry has a lot of set of brushes as well. And these are probably a little bit more expensive. I can't remember how much these cost either, but they're fantastic. They last for ages, so I love them. Okay, that's it. I'll show you now some glitter. If you want to add some glitter, this is just a Puffle bottle of white iridescent glitter. And I do have some Diamantes here to stick onto flowers. Some glue that I bought. Where did I buy this one from? FacePaintingEverybody.com. But I actually buy my glue off from a China site as well because it's cheaper. It's the same type of stuff. It's proper like eyelash type of cosmetic glue. Baby wipes. just any type of brand. I tried to go for the like the fragrance free, but yeah, any type of brand. I usually actually buy the little mini packs to keep in my case as a smaller. And some hair clips. You can see I'm wearing one now. They're really cute, really awesome. Heaps of colours. Another AliExpress or eBay. I think I've got them for a little bit more. But I bought like 100 for like $5. So it doesn't matter if the kids accidentally walk away with them. They're just like your hair salon, really easy. Pin back, any colour. I'll go with blue one out. Let's just be crazy and fun. To keep the kids' hair out of their face. I usually sit a box of these on a little table with our rules, the baby wipes, and our business cards. So parents can fix their kids up, wipe their grubby faces, snotty noses, whatever, anything like that, before they get into our chair. Also, I'll show you quickly, is the Petal Brush, Low Cornell 7930 Flora, it's called. This is a number 2. And as you can see, it's probably not the best. There. This is usually what it looks like. They're kind of big. Like for a number 2, it's a big brush. Like, well, comparing it to a number 3 Low Cornell, hang on, it's kind of a big brush. So I advise getting the number 2. I think it's the perfect size for me. I don't actually like using the bigger ones unless I'm doing a great big flower on the side of someone's face. But these are great for your double dipping. I'll use this, I'll put up a tutorial after I do this one, and I'll add the flowers and the glitter and the rhinestones in the rainbow just to give you a bit more of a cooler design. But the one I'm doing for you right now is just going to be a simple rainbow, a C-shaped rainbow around the side of the face, so very flattering for teenagers or older women that want a rainbow. And it's pretty much just going to have some dots and some starbursts, no glitter or anything. It's a really quick and easy design that if your line is 50 mile long, you can get the little girls done really quickly. So that's it for equipment, guys, and I'll get on to face painting. So first thing I'm going to do, sorry, I still have my cold, so I'm snorting and sniffling and sound like a frog, is this is my water bucket. As you can see, it's got a bit of paint in there, water and paint in there. I don't fill my water bucket up to the full brim. I just kind of have it halfway. It probably doesn't make my water last as long, but I carry a big bucket with me when I go to gigs and events that's got a little tap on it that hubby made for me. It looks like a chemical drum. It's not. It's like a car wash drum, so it's safe. We've rinsed it out 50 million times. So I've got plenty of access to water if there's a tap like 50 million miles away and we can't get to it so easy. So this is my brush tub. So I'm going to dip my brush in here and just, I don't know if you can see that, just wipe off the excess water. Excuse me. I'll use the Tag paint today just because I love using Tag and want to show you what Tag's all about. I find a lot of people shy away from Tag a bit because it is a cheaper paint, but I've used Wolf Paradise, a lot of other things. Paradise is really creamy and yummy. The smell annoys me a bit because it's coconut. Tag doesn't really smell like anything. Doesn't smell like a paint smell or anything. It's pretty, yeah, it doesn't smell like anything. So, but yeah, I like using it because it's cheap. I can buy a 10 ton of paint, which we all sort of have a bad habit of that. It's like a bad habit to break. So anyway, my brush is wet. If I flung it, is that a word? If I flinged it at the computer, wet drops would come off everywhere. So it is kind of wet, but not too wet. So I'm going to load this, go backwards and forwards until I have a nice creamy consistency of paint on my brush. Now, I don't spend ages doing this at gigs and stuff because I'm only needing a little bit to go around anyway. If I was doing a big full rainbow around the side of the head, I would probably load it a little bit quicker than I'm doing today. So, I mean, longer. So yeah, it's nicely loaded on my brush. You can see how the colours like interfere with each other nicely, if that's a proper way to say it. So I'm just using my camera to do all this, so bear with me, guys. So it doesn't matter if you have red on the top, pink on the bottom, whatever you want to do is cool. So I start sort of almost like kind of level with your eyebrow. It doesn't matter if you go further, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. Actually, sorry, I'll go over this side so it's a little bit more of a, you know. But just today I'm just going to do a nice C face to show you what I mean by the C and not coming elongated down and making someone's face look fat. I haven't got that problem, mine's fat anyway. But just to give the nice C shape, it looks a lot flattering on older women, and it looks really cute on the kids. So I go at an angle, so I sit my brush on an angle, if you can see that. And I'm just going to push down a little bit, slide it around, and then just as I get to here, I just kind of turn my brush to a point so it's not on a flat, it's not finishing flat. And the same here, I might just sort of make that look a little bit nicer together. And as you can see, it blends really easily. Cool, awesome. Right, put that brush away. Now I'm going to get my number 4 L'Occitane, and I'm wetting my brush quite a bit. And I haven't got a lot of paint left in my little thing, sorry, but so I'm getting it so it's like a soupy, little bit more water. So like a soupy consistency. So at the moment, if I tipped it, the paint's going to run out. So I get it so it's like a thick soupy consistency. So if you do tip your paint upside down, it might slowly start to drip, but it's not actually going to drip out of your paint. That's the nice consistency I like for my dots. And then I twirl my brush. Don't know if you can see that, but I twirl my brush like this so I get a nice point in the paint. And then I go back in and just find the soupy part, like a puddle. And so my brush isn't, how do you do this? So my brush isn't pointy, it's like I've got a fat dob of paint on the end, and that makes really cool dots. So let's do some cool dots here. And just bob them on any type of way. Cool. Almost looks like pebble stones. So you can see nice big fat round dots. They almost make perfect size dots. Some little dots, so it adds a bit of interest. They're not all the same size. I tried to sort of almost go like a triangle colour just to make it taper in with the face a bit more. So let's do some more. Get my soupy consistency. Sorry guys. Get my soupy consistency. Wring my brush off. And then I dip it back into the paint. So again, nice dobby sort of bit of paint on the end. And let's do the same up here. Blob, 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 blob. A group of dots. Pretty easy guys. Taper it down a little bit so it looks a little bit more flattering. Same again, get a little bit more paint, dip it into my soup. And let's do some dots here too. Those ones didn't work out quite so nice. Cool, just the side of the face. So we've got 3. I like to try and keep things in 3s, as it just tends to be a little bit more flattering and nicer, and it's a kind of weird, you do things in odd numbers and it kind of looks even on your face paint. You tend to do things in even numbers and it just looks a bit weird, and yeah, it's hard to explain. Okay, so let's just do a few random dots. Inside and outside of your designs. See, those ones didn't turn out very well. I'm losing paint on here. Cool, let's do that, fix that one up. And add some more on that one because I wrecked it. And just for the cool factor, I do like to add 3 little dots in the corner of the eye. I think it just ties it in quite nicely. Okay, now I've got my number 3, or you can use a number 2 or a number 1, whatever you're happy with. If I was trying to be really quick, I probably would actually use a number 2, but I've just picked up the number 3 today, so I will use that. So again, back in the white paint, and we'll do our starbursts. And of course, if I wasn't talking and stuffing around with the computer and figuring out what I'm doing, this design would literally probably take you swiping on the paint, get your brush in the dots, add some dots. then your Starburst. You're probably looking at like a minute, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes if you're a bit slower. But that's still a really quick design. And at the moment it's looking kind of funky. Oh, someone's got a rainbow on the side of their head. It's not looking too bad. Like kids that just want a little bit of paint, mums just quickly do something. Little girls are going to be happy with this. Add a bit of glitter while the paint's wet when you first do your rainbow, and that's even going to give you more of the wow factor. So for some Starbursts, pretty much place them anywhere. But I like to do on the cheek, so I'll try and show you on my arm first. Oops, where's the dark part of my arm? For Starbursts, I like to push my brush only a little bit and flick. And you push down and flick, push across, flick, and across and flick. So it's only 4 little things. It's very easy. So now I'll do it on my face, and hopefully it works out better than that one did. So push, flick, push, flick, push, flick, and push, flick. Bang, you have a Starburst. Let's do one here where there's a gap. Push, flick, push, flick, push, flick, and push, flick. See, that one I've pushed too hard. You can see that one's ended up as a boo-boo, guys. So for me to fix that, if I did that on a kid, I would add some littler flicks in between. Oh, I'm running out of paint. And that almost gives you like a bigger Starburst effect. But hey, it's just painting. You're going to make mistakes. Don't stress about it. You can always add some dots, fix it up. But I wouldn't stress too much about it. They're not going to look at this little mistake. They're looking at the whole picture going, oh wow, that looks awesome. If you wanted to, it looks cool to add a Starburst right next to a Starburst. And like the 2 sort of star effect. Let's put a little one over here. I might get a mirror next time I do this. I can't see well on the computer. It's very blurry. And if you wanted to, you could add something on the other side of the face to tie it in, maybe with some dots coming out or something like that if you had that extra time. But for a very simple design, guys, here's the rainbow besides my boo-boo star. Very quick and easy. And then if I wanted to, I might just use my thicker brush. I always give girls a little bit of lipstick. I usually use, I'll just quickly grab one. I use Q-tips, or as we call them in Australia, cotton earbuds. And I cut mine in half, so they're only little. So I dip my cotton bud in the water, and I'm just going to put it in the pink side of the paint. But I usually use a little bit of a pink shimmer colour that I've got, a pearl pink from Tag. And I would put pink lips. That's really easy. And you can see the earbuds easy to get into these little bits. I mean, because kids usually sit here like this, so one stroke across and you usually have it pretty well done. Give them some cute pink little lips. They think it's so awesome that they're wearing lipstick or lip gloss like mummy. And then sometimes just for an extra added touch, because of the dots, I would go dot, dot, dot on the lips just to be funky and cool. And there you have it. There's the rainbow with the dots and the stars. Some cool little stars over there. It's really pretty, really easy. Have fun with it, guys. My only tip would be make your corners nice and pointy. So as you can see, I didn't cover up the corner totally, but it still doesn't look too ugly. And it's a nice point down here, so you can still see the paint underneath. And it's not a big flat sort of blob or a mess. And the C-shape's flattering, doesn't make my face look fat or too terribly fat anyway. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. And stay tuned, I'll do another video now on the double dipping with the Low Cornell petal brush and adding flowers instead of the so many dots and the stars design. So hope you like it, guys. Bye.